Hello and welcome back to the U Up Podcast. I'm Jordana Abraham.
And I am Jared Freed. It is so good to be back here with you, Jordana. How are you? What's going on?
I am good. I was very confused this morning because I took the Long Island Railroad and there were this is like the peak commute time, and there were like a ton of kids on the train.
Okay.
And Mike was like, "Why are all these kids here? I don't really understand." And then we Googled it. It's
Why are children on the train? What do you Google?
Like, what is today something or like
Right.
whatever? I don't know what he Googled it, and he was like, it's take your kid to work day.
Oh my God.
Right? Which used to be take your daughter to work day, but I think now
Right.
they changed it to take your child to work day.
So all these little kids, have their suits on and
Yeah.
professor glasses and
Basically.
briefcases?
Yeah, they're on the train with their parents.
It seems like that's the worst version of a day off from work.
Oh,
You
yeah.
still have to go. You have
doing
your
childcare.
kid.
Yeah.
You can't really work.
But you also can't really say no.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say no.
You would say no, you wouldn't
This
do it.
is, to me, this is one of those things. I got bad feedback from my take on
Paternity leave.
But
Right.
this is another thing that I'm a little bit old manish on.
Did you ever go with
stay
your
the fuck
dad?
home. I gotta go to work.
Did your dad ever take you to work? I mean, it was
Maybe,
when we were kids.
yeah.
It was take your daughter to work day to get women in the workforce.
Right.
Now we're here enough.
We did it.
So yeah, we did it.
We're good.
We don't need to do that. But
The whole issue's solved.
you never
Yeah.
went.
I'm sure I did. I just don't
Right.
remember it being take your kid to work day reasoning.
Right.
You know,
It was more just I need to stop by somewhere.
right
To go. Right.
Yeah, I went to my dad's work. Did you go to your dad's work? Did you go to your
Yeah, I
mom's
did.
work?
I went to his office. I mean, I used to work in my mom's office, so it was take your. It was,
You'd be
it was-
what, the secretary?
No, that was my grandma was actually the secretary in my mom's
Wow.
office. Yeah.
That must have been quite a gynecological experience to walk in
Yeah.
and have your mom be the doctor and the grandma who's
A family
right, and
family
they're
business.
and
yeah.
they're talking to each other they're having grandma mom fights.
Oh, my grandma would be yelling at my mom. She'd
Yeah.
be like, "Patience, you've got patients in the room. Stop being on your phone." Actually, my grandma was
the most stressful. You're in there, I gotta get a pap smear. Oh my God, this is gonna be a horrible day. And then you got patience.
Yeah.
Get over here. You're always late. Look what
Lisa.
you wore today.
Lisa, people in the room, let's keep going.
I love how much I knew exactly how horrific this would be for the patient.
well-
this is pre-Yelp reviews,
Thank God, because
Right.
I don't think they would have been great. My grandma is was one of the scariest women ever lived. I loved her. She's she's very funny, no bullshit.
right.
But she was she was very cutthroat in that
Direct.
way, and she managed the
listen,
office. She managed all the finances, and she was obsessed with the Holocaust. So she used to play Schindler's List in the waiting room. And my mom,
This is crazy.
and my mom would be like, "Mom, I think maybe we could make something a little bit more neutral,
Right.
pleasant." She'd be like, "They need to know."
How about Friday the 13th? Let's put on a horror movie.
yeah.
That'd be a little bit better.
Yeah, she
That's
was
crazy.
that's what I'm saying. She did not. There was no.
Well, it's funny on the subject of kind of overcorrections, take your daughter to work day, then we're done. We got to take your kid to work day. It's similar to this where someone's I hated going to the doctor. Growing up, it was the most horrific experience of my life. And yeah, of course it was. It was some mom and daughter duo screaming at each other. The magazines are old. And then they're well, now you can just do it from home. And these web therapy sessions, you're well, I still kind of want to leave the house. How about we just not have an 80-year-old woman yelling at her adult child?
Who's your doctor?
Right. How about no Schindler's List in the waiting
room? Yeah.
That isn't it you know what I mean? It's we do have these you're man, maybe it wasn't as bad, but it was just no one took any care for the experience of the customer.
Well, here's the
then.
thing. I think you could do that before there was a million reviews everywhere. Basically,
Right.
it was if you wanted to, you had to look at the USA Today Best Doctor magazine,
Right.
to get the list. But there wasn't reviews that were rampant.
Well, and you just go based a friend goes to them and they trust
Right.
them. They go, Dr. Abraham,
Rosenberg, yeah.
They go, Dr. Rosenberg is great, and I know her. My daughter went, my mom went to her.
Secretary, a little intense.
Right, you're going to have to deal with, yeah. The secretary is going to ask how horrible your day was, not whether it was a good day. How you doing? I'm doing awful. Well, I'm here to check in for my appointment. My stomach is really not doing well. Okay, can I give you my name? It must have been a horrific experience for any patient.
I'm sure.
But I'm sure your mom did a great job. It's just so funny.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. You could make a sitcom just off of this office.
Oh, absolutely.
This doctor's office.
There was a sitcom called Wings that was just a small airport. I think this has more comedy.
Oh, totally. And then my grandfather was like the billing department, but it was really just like him napping in the back room. And then someone would call back and they'd be like, I got a notice from the billing department, and my grandma would be like, go wake up your grandfather. There's someone on the phone.
Al! Al, pick up the phone!
Seymour. It's even better.
Seymour!
Seymour.
Someone wants to talk about their bill.
And then he'd wake up, you gotta pay your bill.
That is fantastic.
Family business.
I mean, that is a sitcom. If there's a writer out there, you've just been given a world.
There you go.
Right.
Don't steal it. Copyright.
That's The Office. That's
the new
a world.
Yes,
yeah.
a certain kind of office.
It's also just so funny. Like the no reviews, there's WebMD now. Like there's actual doctor review. And I always say
Yelp. There's a million places to review and talk shit about your doctor.
Right, absolutely. Like but I do think it is a difficult thing, especially when you move to a new town. Like I got to find a doctor. I need to find like a village. If you move to New York City, like I have
team. You have to find your whole team.
Right, and
your gym.
Mine dentist.
Yeah.
I go to a dentist here still, Dr. Lauren Becker, who's fantastic, and her office looks like Betches' office.
Oh, nice.
And her whole business plan was invite influencers so that they can show people my office and make people feel comfortable. And I think it's she was ahead of it, inviting. I was like, I'll take a cleaning.
Yeah.
And I would go in and I was like, wow, this is a comfortable place. This is a place that doesn't remind me of the horrific dentist office that I used to go to. Not to give her a huge plug,
does her mom work the desk?
Her mom's at the desk. Yeah. They have Schindler's List on, and
it's the works.
Yeah, they play Saving Private Ryan is playing the death scene. The Normandy scene is playing as you walk in. No, it's just like this, and I always say it when I plug her because I do mean it. Hey, you moved to New York City. Who do you go to? You don't have your mom being like, I got the dentist for you. I still go when I come back.
You hear a lot, yeah.
I'm here a lot, but I'm a little bit in Delray. I'm kind of I don't want to come to New York to go to the dentist.
Right.
I'm kind of a little bit lost in Delray as where do I go to the, I don't want to go online and go.
Yeah, you'd have to, ask your parents where they go.
This is a whole story. We go to the same doctor.
You and your parents?
Yeah, it's been
general doctor?
It's crazy.
What do they call the internist? The regular doctor? PCP? Yeah.
Primary care provider. Yeah, PCP. Yeah. Yeah, we go to the same doctor. I talk about it on my stand-up because it's
really?
So weird. And
I'm so excited to hear your
new
show.
act.
Yeah, I haven't
so
seen it.
Yeah, if you're out there, I'm on the road. I would love for you to come to a show. I think I'm in Vegas this weekend. No. I was just in Vegas. I'm in LA. Oh, we need the LA people. We have LA people. I should be able to fill this theater. It's the Netflix is a Joke Festival. I have a special that's coming out on Netflix in the fall. I'm very excited about it. You've seen that show. That show is
amazing.
Maybe my best work. I would give it my best work status. And now
it is a great show.
Thank you. And now the show that I'm doing, I have this high watermark that I want to hit. I know what it feels like to have a great show.
Well, that's the best way to be, to compete against yourself.
That's what I truly am, and I get a little depressed by it because stand-up is just hard, and so this new show was I had an hour and a half of a show.
Okay.
And they were two different subjects. So I took the hour and a half and I split it in half and I said, I'll get to that end half at another time.
Okay.
So now I have that to do later. Now I'm doing the front half, which is all about my dad offering me his Ozempic.
Okay.
And this was at dinner. We were at dinner, and it's just talking about
going to What are you calling the tour?
I'm calling a table for one because it was about going to Europe alone. And
Maybe you should call it Table for GLP-1.
That's a great idea.
You heard it here first.
There it is. I couldn't write that better myself. That's a lot of ideas. Jordana's bringing all.
I had a lot of caffeine this morning. Ready to go.
I'm really lacking here. Yeah. So this is all. So I've taken that one thing and I've extended. This is, this is what they call brave as an artist, to take something that works and then rework it. So that's what I'm doing. But LA, you'll see that set. I'm also going to be in Jacksonville, Austin, Cleveland, West Hampton Beach, Miami, Foxwoods, Portland, Maine, and also I'm doing a book tour.
Ooh.
The book tour, slow to plan, but we're trying to make it happen.
Are you doing it in bookstores?
I'm doing bookstores and Six and I in DC.
Okay, been there. We did
Six and I, and then I'm doing 92nd Street Y in New York.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna do like a book moderated thing there, and then we're doing Boston, Miami. There's gonna be at I think the Cellar bookstore in Chicago. So these are all going to be, you just go to my socials, you get a book, you buy a book with your ticket, and they bundle it in.
That's
and
great.
The book is Walking Red Flag. You can pre-order, Kindle, you can pre-order audiobook, which I did. I got a lot of things going on.
You do.
I'm a busy guy, and but this show
Hardest
is
working
the
man
anchor.
in America.
Yeah, I try my best. So what's going on with you?
Don't ask me things like that.
You got twin babies.
Yeah, it's a lot of babies. A lot of baby stuff is just like the same shit every day.
It's so funny. Someone commented, I guess on a past episode, all I talked about was how tired I am to a woman with new twin babies.
Listen, I don't travel as much as you. That takes a lot out of you.
Stuff.
Yeah.
How's Mike with the babies?
He's good. He's been working a lot, but when he's home, he's very helpful and very involved.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's interesting the way that like the babies have changed. There's very like efficiency, very about like efficiency now.
Give me.
There's just like less free time, so it's like you do this while I do that. Like it's a lot of very divide and conquer.
Babies.
Yeah,
2 on 2.
Yeah, so there's not really like if there was one, it could be like you got it, and then I'll break. Yeah. Now it's kind of like, I mean, you could watch 2, but it's easier to watch 1.
Every time you post a picture of the babies, I'm like, it stops you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you do like it's like a mental, it's like the Calm app coming on for half a second. It's like I think a baby makes you go, none of this stuff is important. You know, like you go, look at the baby. Like it just like stops everything. You know, whatever worries you have. Oh, like all the shit I just talked about is stupid in comparison.
No.
I'm just saying, well, it's true. I mean, like,
I mean, it is
new life brought into this world, the fragility of it all, like
it's just exciting to watch them experience everything for the first time. It's kind of cool.
Have they done food yet? Are they doing?
No, I don't think you can have food until like 6 months or something.
Then I can't really relate to them yet.
I don't know. Do you like formula? Do you like breast milk?
I'll try some breast. That'd be the weirdest thing. Do you do the breast milk?
Yeah, here and there. Not like as a meal. It's more of a bonding thing. A team? It's more of a bonding thing. They get like, I don't make enough to give them like full meal. It's like a snack.
Got it.
Yeah.
Has Mike tried it?
No, he wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't do that.
I don't think so.
I would have to.
Well, it was funny
milk because my milk.
I was using the surrogate's breast milk for a while.
Did he try that?
No, but I was like, I wanted someone to do a taste test, mine versus hers, see which ones.
I don't know how rude this is.
Should we do a blind test?
Bring in some breast milk. I'll tell you. Okay. They were selling it. There was like an ice cream store that only did breast milk.
Really? That sounds very expensive. Ice cream.
Look this up. It was like
that sounds like expensive.
A thing. It sounds very like much what a Republican in the Midwest would say about New Yorkers.
That what?
Like, these liberal elites eating their breast milk ice cream. Like it's a
if anything, I would think the trad wives would do that.
There it is. It's called Frida. A limited edition breast milk ice cream was released in August 2025.
With real breast milk?
By parenting brand Frida.
Okay.
And Goldfellows ice cream. What is it called? Oldfellows. Okay, we almost lost the...
Like Oddfellows?
Oddfellows. Is that what it's called? I've heard of Oddfellows.
Is it made with real breast milk? I don't believe it. Really?
Oh, it says is not made with human breast milk, rather mimics its taste.
Nah, not for me. I want the real deal.
All right. Well, do you want to do a taste test?
Yes.
Okay.
Bring it in.
I'll bring them all in. Is this inappropriate? I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Yes.
So
comment in the YouTube comments
let
if
us
you
know
think
how you
this
feel
is the
about-
worst idea anyone has ever had.
Well, we're saying
The
things
Pepsi
that
challenge.
the
This is
idea-
our version of the Pepsi challenge.
the idea that we are the only people who have ever thought that it would be fun to try the breast milk that would be insane.
No, people try it. I think I've
Right.
seen that. Yeah.
I would think this is a conversation that every parent has in their own home privately.
Yes.
But it's, we're a podcast that stays honest and vulnerable. We're going to be our real, true selves. We're not going to hide what we do for a living while we give you dating advice.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
We give you all our warts so you can call us out online. What are we doing? Let's do the first
All
email.
right, let's do it. Let's get into it. Hi, J&J, longtime listener, first time writing in, Feather. I'm 25. I got out of a 3-year relationship about 6 months ago. I just downloaded the apps and have been chatting to this guy who is 31 for about a week now. He has been texting me good morning every day, which was a little too much for me since we haven't met up yet. But honestly, getting attention like this again did feel nice. We chatted a little bit every day. He seemed really eager to hang out. He even invited me on a weekend trip out of town to his brother's wedding that is 2 months away. I said, oh, wow, gonna be honest, that's a bit much right now, since we don't really know each other yet. We made plans for Saturday night. It seemed good till Saturday afternoon. We were supposed to go to dinner, and last minute he changed it to drinks. Here's the screenshot. All right, so you be him, I'll be her.
I'll be the grifter. I've been trying to figure out where to meet up. Can we hang after drinks if it goes well? What a direct.
I'm not trying to hook up if that's what you're asking.
I'm not.
Convincing.
No punctuation.
All good, but I'm going to skip on meeting up. I don't think we're on the same page. Wish you the best, though. She goes, then he unmatched me on Hinge. Burn. I know this guy just wanted to fuck, but why did his profile say he was looking for a long-term relationship? And why was he texting me so much throughout the week if that's all he wanted? Now that I wrote this out, I feel like Jared is going to say he was texting so much, so I build trust, and he didn't want to put the effort into getting off the couch unless he knew he was going to get laid. Love you guys. Sincerely, new to dating apps, Betch. P.S. He just sent me these texts this morning. I'm so confused. Please help.
I don't understand what she's confused about. She answered for me.
Right. That's how good we are. That's how
Right.
That's how consistent we are with our advice.
Right.
So the
I mean, I
listener
can
already
add
knows
to
it.
the advice that she has said for
Well,
me.
read the rest
Let's
of his
read
text.
So
and then
here's
we'll-
the grifter. Hey, sorry, I was just nervous. Can you give me another shot and we go out? I really do want us to go out and talk more. I'm not here for hookups. I'm here for a relationship. Let me take you out and prove you wrong. What do you think, Joy? I don't understand what she's confused about.
Right. What is she confused about?
Listen, and let me just say,
She's confused about why his profile said that he was looking for a long-term relationship and why he was texting so much.
because you ask less questions.
Texting is easy. I don't think people realize that.
Well,
It's very easy to text.
This is like the thing that we hear from a lot of people that write in here. Why would they spend all day texting me? The effort. They make it seem like these people are doing anything that takes more than a half a second to do.
Right.
This guy didn't even hit spacebar twice to put a period on the end of his I'm not.
He's not writing. He's not creating like a deck.
Right.
He's not doing anything that's like super labor intensive. It's just a text.
And I know the hard part about this, like this app, let me just say to her, she's not like stupid. Like I just hope she doesn't think we think she's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
This happens all the time where you're just left confused, where you are so on a different page than he is. Like for him, like on a dating app. First of all, like you said, texting's easy. You know what's even easier? Signing up for a dating app and making a profile. They don't even check your ID. It costs no money. You can just sit there and browse from your couch. No money, no time necessary. While you're doing other things, while you're in line for coffee to go on a date with someone else, you could be on Tinder swiping.
yeah.
So, like, you need to understand that if you start dating apps with the fact in mind that none of this cost anybody anything, then you need to, like, that kind of informs your opinion on everything.
Right. I mean, I guess that's why I think the bar is low, especially until you meet on a date. She said he was texting her every morning, which she didn't like. But like that is something you should probably then like not, you don't have to go out with that person.
Don't
They're
engage
texting-
with it. I mean, I am proud of her. Proud, whatever. Who the fuck cares? And I'm proud. Good work. But that she didn't go out with him. She did the right thing. She did what if I were her family member, I would go, oh, good. You didn't go out with this joker.
Right.
It's crazy. I think she needs
That's
to.
growth.
But I think the biggest mistake she's making is feeling like everyone is on the app for the same reason she's on the app. She is on the app to find a loving, caring relationship, seemingly.
Yes.
Or someone she can totally trust and feel safe with while engaging in a romantic thing that has growth potential. Mm-hmm. That is giving her the most benefit of the not looking to rush ahead doubt, you know? So like, let's say, and I don't think she's wrong for wanting that. But on the other side of that, you could have people that are just happy to get attention at a minimum.
Right.
You know, for him, talking to a woman might be the biggest win in the world. And if he loses it, who cares? I talked to a woman. I got the validation I wanted. Getting a match might be all that someone's on the app for.
Then why is he writing looking for a relationship?
Because it's easier to lie and get more matches to to get your fix.
Right. But also,
he gets
like,
less messages if he doesn't write anything at all. And also, he might believe that he wants a relationship. He might be telling himself every day, I want a relationship. But he might want a relationship and also want to fuck, also want to get attention, also want to have something to do while he's taking a dump.
Right.
Like, all of these things are wins for him. For her, the only win from an app, which is a lot of hers out there, I'm generalizing, but there's a lot of women out there who will say the only win from an app is marriage and a relationship.
Right.
And if that's how you feel, you're going to be very disappointed. And if you think that's what other people on the other side want, you're going to be even more disappointed.
Well, can I ask, when he says that thing and he says, if it all goes well, can we meet up after? Is he saying that so that he wouldn't go out if she said no? Like, let's say she answered and she said, I don't really like to like go back or anything after a first date, but I'm still down to go hang out.
Right. I mean, she kind of did say that. I mean, I think he's just
let's say she still wanted to go out. Would he still be interested in going out?
I don't know. I think
I do think it's deceptive to write looking for a long-term relationship if you wouldn't go out with someone who said they weren't going to go back with you after a date.
Yeah, I guess it is, but there's no loss to him to do that.
Right.
You know, it is deceptive, but that's in the public opinion eye. And again, this is why these apps are done in the shadows. Alleyway interactions.
Yeah.
No one sees them, so he doesn't really feel any shame. Like, he only came back to her to like, let me prove you wrong when it got to the point that he lost the customer.
Right.
It wasn't that like I don't think he really says, I'm sorry, I just got nervous. Like,
nervous about what?
Right.
Like, you wouldn't have sex with me? I got nervous that you might not have sex with me.
Right. And he's playing the part of an idiot while also being able to do everything that an idiot couldn't do.
Right. Well, that's the insulting part.
Right. It's totally insulting. It's insulting when people take this person's side. Like, oh, I was just being nervous. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know, take your nervous ass and go fucking get an interaction in person and stop being such a bitch on these apps. Like,
she should have said that.
Yeah, you're a fucking bitch. You don't know how to interact with people. You insulted me. Go learn how to talk to people and then come on the apps. And that's the thing. These apps, someone could be like, well, they might have this issue, that issue. We always make the internet is a very right place to make it so we take care of the least able of people. We are very... I didn't want to like go down this road, but like, to me, he's playing the victim to the point where it's like, please take care of me. I got nervous.
Right.
And you're like, in this world of the internet, he might find a group that's like, yeah, we all don't know how to do this. That's why we go on the dating apps, because we don't know how to talk to people in person. And,
now we found his algorithm.
What's that?
We found his algorithm.
Right. It's the baby mouth fucking loser algorithm that we all have to like be nice to.
Right.
Because, the apps are made for people who have
With
trouble
the
in person.
exceptions, yes.
But this person, to me, is taking advantage of that group, the group that uses the app because they're not good in person, and using that as a way to be like, well, I just got nervous because, there's people here that need
That's
the
not
app.
who this
like,
is. Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Like,
Right.
I actually am angered by this guy more because there are people with real issues that need the dating app to, like, be able to just talk to a human.
Yeah.
And now he's, like, playing this part when he knew how to do everything else. Even check in with her to make sure she would suck his dick after they went for drinks. He knew enough how to do that without saying it in the weird way.
Right.
He said it under the cover of, we're going to go out and hang out afterwards. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
And then he unmatches goodbye. Okay, I can only assume that's what you wanted, not that you were nervous.
Right. I would say, because we get a lot of these, anyone who's looking at, he says he wants a long-term, if you see, he says he wants a long-term relationships, he says he wants to be in a relationship on the app, I would take that to mean nothing. Yeah. The only thing I would take to mean seriously is if someone says they're just looking to hook up on the apps, they're telling the truth. That is extremely honest. You could take that at face value, but anything else, I would just count as a nothing.
The person that writes, I'm here to hook up, is probably the most fun date you'll ever go on.
Well, they're very honest.
Right. And you know what? I would go on a date with that. If I was
I'd rather go on a date with that person.
Absolutely.
Than the person who writes that they're looking for a long-term relationship.
If I was a woman, I would go out only with guys only looking to hook up to like go on a fun date and then not go home with them.
Yeah.
Like and just say, I have 2 policies tonight. Like in your head. You don't even have to say
Well, then you're the deceptive one.
Fine.
You're the one
that's
right there. Yeah.
Now you're going to get, because there's a lot of people on these apps that all they want, and some people don't have the ability to like stop themselves from getting ahead emotionally, and I understand that. Mm-hmm. You go on a great date and they say, I'm only here to hook up. You're like, but we had this great date. You know, you would go, oh my God, it was so much fun. Yeah, because they're good at having fun. You know, they're letting people know, I have fun. This is the fun I want, and I'm being honest about it.
Yeah.
So but there's a lot of people who are like on these apps are like, I just want to go on a date that's like fun. I
just want to have a fun night out.
Right. I just want drinks are paid for. I want to be with someone I'm attracted to, that they know how to make conversation. Not this fucking loser who can't talk to a barista. This guy, well, I got nervous. What a fucking pussy. I like hate this guy.
He sucks.
In a way, because he sucks because he's ruining everything.
Right. Have you ever thought about writing back when you were like not really ready for a serious relationship? Have you ever thought about writing, looking for casual or whatever?
I probably never did. I'm trying to think if I did.
Why wouldn't
I've said that to people after I've gone on dates and been like, hey, this was fun. I'm looking for casual.
Right.
And
you had nothing in that category, right? You didn't
I would
put
never
anything.
I would never answer the category. I think it's a fraudulent category.
Right. Would you put that though?
I think it'd be a good way to go. Mm-hmm. I think
lower you're very much a fan of like low expectations or what was it? Undersell.
Undersell, over deliver.
It's the ultimate undersell.
Well, because from a man's perspective, I could. In my mind, my ego informs me, but also based on experience, that the woman who goes out with me, because it says I'm only here to like casual.
Right.
At one point, she might be convinced to go more serious. I think it's easier to go from casual to more serious than it is
from to casual.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely it's harder mentally. I think.
Are we saying the direction correctly?
Yes, I agree.
So to this person, they did everything right as far as like, you didn't go out with someone that is really just a fucking loser.
Right. But let me ask you, going back to that thing, why wouldn't you put looking for casual? If you were at one point, like what would be the reason a man wouldn't do that?
I guess the answer would be that I wouldn't want to miss out on people because that takes you out of like,
people who are looking for
a relationship. The more annoying response, which is also true, was like, I did want a relationship.
Right.
And I
maybe not with them.
Right. But right. So
there was because you were like, there's a chance. Right.
But not answering it was the move. I think not having it in a profile.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's why a lot of men wouldn't write looking for casual, because they know it would limit their options.
Right. I think no man should answer it at all. I think it's like a stupid way.
We should all just assume you're animals.
Right. Let's do an icky or picky.
Let's do it.
UUP@betches.com. Hi, J&J. Listener and subscriber here. Congrats to both of you on your recent life events. I get so many. I had someone in the street last night. I was at the Comedy Cellar, and someone goes, "Congratulations on the girlfriend!" Like I was like on the street.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very nice.
People, how do you feel? Are you surprised?
I'm surprised.
Well, you know what? I'm surprised on your behalf because it did feel like you could have had one at any point if you really wanted one.
Well, that's the thing, right? I think, I guess there's ways to take it. Mm-hmm. You know, you get to choose how offended you get.
Right.
One is like,
I don't think it's offensive.
Well,
it's just like,
I think they were saying like, good job getting over
an
the
emotional hump.
An emotional, right? And I think that's it. You know,
it's like when people say, it's like when people say congratulations when you bought a house. In some ways, it's like, I guess that's like a financial feat.
When I say congratulations on a house, I'm like more like congrats going through that process and finding
right.
a place
You finished the
love.
process,
right? I assume it's like
I guess it's the same with the girlfriend,
right?
It's a huge decision, yeah. And congrats on finding a person you love.
And let me just also say, I was totally right to have every anxiety I ever had about having a girlfriend and doing this podcast.
Why?
You Google my name, her name comes up right away. Her full fucking name.
Oh, wow.
So like...
Well, that's more about her anxiety probably around dating you, not yours.
My anxiety was always for the other person having to deal with like the annoyance of like maybe this gets rolled back and having to like people Google your name. Like...
Right.
You know, like all those things.
I don't think most women would be like upset about that though.
It's not her being upset. It's listen, like you said in past episodes to me when I... had breakups on this show. Like they wouldn't be upset if it was an engagement announcement.
That's true.
Like
you get both sides of the
right.
Of the
so
stick.
and I was always concerned. I'm not saying I'm a hero. I'm saying it really made me think long and hard about going to the next step because I knew that if I rolled it back, there would be an equally as woman yelling congratulations on the street. Same woman. Hey, I heard about the breakup.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's something you kind of sign up for when dating you, the good and the bad of
totally. But that was my insecurities about, I didn't want to just like inch into a relationship. I wanted to like dance through I wanted to be able to talk about it in the way I'm talking about it here and talk about it on benefits. Like, and it's just funny. I want to go back to the comments of people saying that like I was like this fucked up needing therapy guy and to be like,
I did it.
Yeah. No, well, I did it and I was fucking right. You're wrong. You don't understand and I do think people do understand a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like you tell your family and friends, I have a new boyfriend or girlfriend. There's an element of I've made an announcement to people that I might have to own.
Right.
And I don't think there was I think there was a few people, I'm not saying in mass, but like there was a few people, no empathy for my position whatsoever. And I was exactly right. Like I couldn't have
been all along.
You
need to figure out an evil laugh. There
Is
you
that
go.
good?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm the Joker.
Remember that casting for animation
That's right.
department?
Even in my happiest moment, I found a way to be angry at people.
I love it.
I love it.
They wouldn't be you.
Vindictive asshole I am.
Yes. You're still you, even after this relationship.
Right, that's
still
right.
You.
That's still, is there a song that goes with that?
Still the one?
Still the one doesn't
still
really
you.
fit. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
should write it.
Recently remembered something that happened on a date, and I would love to know if it was an icky or if I was just being picky. A couple years ago, I, female 46 at the time, matched with a man, late 40s, on Bumble. We chatted on the apps a bit and then met for coffee. Our 1 hour date extended to 2 hours. We chatted nonstop. We shared stories about our jobs and families and interests, and I thought we really were connecting. We kissed goodbye, and he asked me for a second date. I happily said yes. Our second date, we went to dinner at a local restaurant and happened to run into friends of mine, a married couple, and joined them at a bar for a drink. We all chatted for a bit, and then I stepped away to use the ladies' room before we left. When I returned, my date was telling my friends a work story. For some context, this man was a segment producer for a regional television program. He regularly did background work for the on-air talent, which involved doing pre-interviews. Some of these pre-interviews were with well-known media personalities. The story he was telling involved a person who was rather famous at the time, about 20 years ago, and is extremely famous now. Here's my icky or picky. I just heard this story on our first date, but not just heard the story in general. It was the exact retelling. The words, the phrasing, the hand gestures, the pause for audience response. It was, as Jared would say, a bit. I realized that what I thought was sharing and connecting was actually just 2 hours spent with a guy running through his act. This thought was backed up by him immediately launching into another story that I had heard on the first date. We finished the date, but mutually faded out shortly thereafter. So icky or picky, our date repeats the same stories to every audience. Signed, a betch who didn't want tickets to the second show.
I love this one.
It's a really good icky or picky. How do you feel, Jordana?
I think this is picky. I think we all do this. We all have like a bit for a story. I mean, like, you probably more than most people, but I think we all have
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, you do this for a living. You tell a story a certain way that you know is going to elicit a certain reaction.
Right.
And that's the way you tell the story.
Everyone wants to kill. Yeah.
Yes. I remember this. I do this probably with a lot of stuff, but when I had the infertile dog breeder, around that time, I was telling that to everyone. And by the third time I told it, I was like, I kind of know like the places to pause and the places to do. That's kind of what you do for a living, is you work on these things.
It's like a block of marble. You're etching away at it to get rid of the fat.
You're learning where people are responding.
Right.
Yes.
And then you do more on a good stand-up comic is a good listener.
Right.
So that's something that, like,
knowing the audience.
I know Michael Che, that guy is one of the best stand-ups that there is. You know him from SNL, but like he said that to me once and I was like, that is the most true thing I have ever heard. Great stand-ups are great listeners.
That's good.
And what you're saying is you're listening to the reaction. Get rid of that part. It bombs every time. You're not blaming the audience.
Right.
You're like, that part, let's do that part where the breeder has a dog that doesn't have, ovaries.
Yes.
Right. Like that's the funny part.
That's where people are responding to.
Right. So now I'm going to do more on that bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow that out.
And gloss over the thing that, people don't seem to be tuning out for.
Right. Bad storytellers don't listen. They're bad listeners.
Yes.
So, but what you're saying is like, when you have a story, that's kind of
an story you think is entertaining, which she did, because
right.
She was like, I thought we connected over it. I get where she was like, it felt so. I mean, it depends what the story was, but I'm assuming it was like not extreme. It's a work story.
Totally, and it's also like second date, and it's not like he's repeating it to her.
Right. That's another good point.
Right. Because that does happen. You go on a date with someone and you're dating a lot of people at the same time. You kind of forget who
you told what story to. Right. And maybe the person's like a little too polite to be like, I already heard that.
Exactly. So like so there's a version of this where I'm like, that's icky.
Yeah. But this isn't her.
This isn't her.
Yeah.
He's telling, I'll give you a personal example. V came down to Delray Beach and we taped. You can go to my YouTube. You can see my apartment in Delray, and you can see like my tour of Delray Beach. And I had Emily in Delray, and I brought her to all the places that I had brought V to show on YouTube.
So you did the same, right?
And she goes, I just saw the YouTube from Delray. I thought I was getting the story firsthand. I'm like, yeah, that's why I told it to you. It's good.
That's very funny.
I want to impress you the way I want to impress the audience, but that is something.
It is, and I would be happy that they were trying to like impress my friends by telling them this funny story.
Right. They wanted to look good I totally agree with that. I think it's her being picky.
Right. Especially, here's the thing, especially if it was a good story. If it's a bad story they keep telling everywhere, that's a little bit of a turnoff. Or if it's like a very boring story, I'd be like, oh my God, he's going to tell them this. But then you don't like them.
That's why they're a bad listener. That's like a good correlation you could make.
And she clearly thought it was a good story because she thought they connected over it. You can still connect over a story that you tell to other people.
And you could say to that person, so you went to the story again. Like, you can call them out. Like, there's a fun way to like make fun of it. Like, this is my advice to anyone giving a best man or a bridesmaid speech or a maid of honor speech, is always to tell a story you've already told.
Yes, because you're good at it.
You're good at it, and you've already done what you're talking about. You've already drained out the not funny, the not interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know the parts innately that people, their eyebrows go up. You know the parts that are funny. And then all you have to do is the fourth grade version of whatever your fourth grade teacher taught you in conclusion, and relate the story to the couple you're talking about.
There you go.
And now you look like you've made a personalized, but you've already told the speech already, and you've already made it clean because you've told it to many people.
Yes.
So it's not this like dirty, gross story
that you don't know how people are going to react to.
Right. You know the story. So you have a story about your friend. If you're the bridesmaid, if you're the maid of honor, if you're the best man, you already have a story about them, I would hope.
Right.
If you're that job.
Yeah, hopefully.
And then you just say, and that's the reason they're perfect for each other.
Yes.
And that's how all you have to do.
Look, you guys just got a master class in stand-up and speech writing.
That's right.
And you didn't even have to pay for it. This isn't even a subscriber episode.
That's why you should
welcome.
sign up for the subscriber episode. Go sign up. Benefits. Go sign up. We love a benefits episode.
We did. All right.
It's where we get personal. Some podcasts don't even tell you what they do for work. So we get
Not
personal
here.
Not here. We're giving you all our warts.
All right. So Picky.
Picky. Yep.
Hi, Jared and Jordana. Listener for a few years, first time writing in. Both of your happiness is infectious lately.
This is the
Are we
part.
super happy?
Well, I keep thinking back to like we did like 2 years of like you on your
Being
baby
Miz.
journey and me like where people just like what's happened
were
to the show?
Yeah, it's almost like when someone says that you look great or you've like lost. You're like, what did you think of me before?
Right.
Did you think I was like a miserable? But it's nice.
But we did get feedback during those. I love when you go on your rants. I love
That's true.
oh my God, I'm going through the same thing, trying to have a baby.
Yeah.
Like,
My worry is that I'm too happy. I don't want people
I
to
don't want
think
too
I'm, 'cause
happy.
that's unrelatable.
Totally.
You know.
Don't worry. I'm still angry at all those people who commented that
You've still got some rage in you.
up.
I'm not worried.
I'm angry.
I broke up with my boyfriend of over 7 years a few months ago. ...
Welcome back.
There we go.
You're single again and you're back.
It's tough out there. There were many reasons, but this email isn't a sob story of our breakup.
Thank God.
I need to know if I was right about the girl you don't need to worry about. He always had a ton of friends, both genders. Even his exes were still around. I was fine with it because I was never threatened. I red flagged one girl that he worked with. We'll call her Sally. Okay. And she's cute and young.
Sally Slut.
Once at a work party, she started throwing stuff across the room at him. Then he put a sticker on Sally's back as a joke, and she reached over me and started smacking his head.
I mean, that's all I need to hear.
That's a little bit much.
Are we in middle school?
Right. In front of his, girlfriend?
Right.
It's very weird.
Out of the way, Jason. You're underneath them.
Attaching a group photo from the party, and she blurred the faces, but labeled the three of us in case sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words.
This picture is worth 1,000 words. It is Sally with her hand on the head of her ex, almost in a loving way.
Are they at a rave? Like, what are they doing here?
It looks like a luau of certain kind. And
I hope this isn't how they dress to the office.
well, she's in the back. Literally, she couldn't be farther away from her own boyfriend.
Yeah, she does seem very touchy. I would never touch someone else's boyfriend like that.
While wearing a crop top?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sally going for it.
That's very weird.
Sally's hot. Can't even see her. She's like
you can't see her face
behind a tree. Yeah.
They also sent each other Instagram reels every day, and he would give her rides a lot. He claimed no one else could help her, so I asked him to at least let me know when he was going to give her rides. Attached are the compilation of texts. FYI, most of these texts were after he promised to limit his interactions with Sally. I even caught him lying by omission about who he was playing video games with, but I was always the problem of not trusting him and being jealous. Do you want to read those texts?
Gonna drop blank off at her car, then come home. Love you. Leaving baby. Gonna drop blank off at her car at Foodland and then head home. Love you. See you soon. But I'm gonna take blank to the airport today after work. All of her people can't take her. Hey baby, I had to pick up blank this morning and I gotta take her home after work. Just letting you know, her truck has a flat tire.
She's a truck?
Hottie with a truck. This Sally chick. Hey baby, just want to let you know that blank truck stalled at 7-Eleven, so I went and fixed it and started it. Then just had to take her home and drove her to work, so I'm gonna take her back home after work. Oh yeah, baby mornings gonna
A lot of baby.
The baby mornings been going so crazy, but I picked up blank this morning and I'm gonna take her home today. Her truck is still broken. I'm gonna take home blank and then take her to your house. Hi baby, we paused a little bit late. I'm taking blank home. All right, so it's just him letting
doing
her know
a lot of stuff. Yeah,
that he's getting roadhead from Sally.
Fast forward to breaking up. He's been love bombing me, saying all he's thinking about is getting me back. Meanwhile, I'm hearing he's showing up to dinner with our mutual friends with Sally. Last nail in the coffin was when I planned an invite-only event, and guess who he brings along to my event? Sally. I kept it cool to not ruin the event, but snapped the next day when he asked me if he could take me out for my birthday. He was shocked at how upset I was, and I finally ripped into him and stopped him with a strong, "No, this isn't okay," scolding like a dog. Is he really just that stupid and a pure soul that doesn't see cute girls? Or have I been getting gaslit? I would appreciate your perspectives. Don't think I'm the crazy bitch.
Well, let me just tell her she's not crazy. You're entitled to how you feel. My advice to her, the fact that like this email is about like they've broken up and he's still texting, and then she invited him to a party she was having. He still has access to you. I think you need to shut down that access.
Do you think he's bringing her along to make her jealous?
I think this guy, I don't think it's that thought out.
Because she broke up with him.
Right.
Right?
But like it seems like she was forced to break up with him.
Not necessarily because of this issue, though. Right?
I broke up with him.
There are many reasons.
There were many reasons, but this email is so. To me,
and he wants to get back with her.
Well, if I was to like give her a diagnosis on why their relationship ended based on this email, it would be because she was only getting a portion of a boyfriend. And I'll speak for myself. I'm in a relationship now. There's just less time for other people.
Right.
The person that you're in a relationship with takes over maybe the role of like 7 people you used to text with.
Yes.
There's just mathematically, I don't have the time. Again, I don't have the time to send the joke that I have to like a few people. I text with you less.
Yeah.
Being in a relationship. And when you're single, you kind of like spread yourself around. You're more available. You have the ability.
Well, you're more on especially you. I mean, you had to break up with your old girlfriend, right?
Yeah, we don't want to talk.
Are you
keep my ex around?
Yeah.
Well, that is a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're on your phone. I feel like you're on your phone less.
Absolutely, and especially when I'm
even
with
posting
her.
a little less.
I'm posting less. I'm posting less of my stories. I'm more thoughtful about what I put on my stories because some stuff is meant for just us two. Some stuff is meant for the greater public. I don't want to like be repeating a story I just told to her. Like, sometimes I'll tell her a story. I'll be like, I think I should post that. You know, and I'm letting her know. I'm also looking a little bit for a kind of permission,
right? Of
like, hey, I don't want to like take away the specialness that this felt for you, but this is also something I think would be funny for the grander. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a change you have to make, and it seems like she dated someone who made no change or effort at all to make her the priority or make the relationship the priority, and she was let down by that. And this Sally woman is like the physical version of that. Like Sally's almost like the AI turned into a human to represent the lack of attention her boyfriend was giving her.
Right. Well, I also think they were dating for over 7 years.
Right.
Right. And I think the new relationship definitely takes up more of your time than like the 7-year in relationship. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think like if I agree. I think it's very weird to be putting your hand on someone else's boyfriend's head or like like kind of like being flirty in front of them. But I do think
normal and just drink your friend's breast milk.
Exactly. That's
how that's the normal
like a normal person.
Right.
But I do think it's weird. I do think like if you were going to replace like if she wasn't if this wasn't a heterosexual relationship, like I could imagine texting Mike about this and my friend. Like maybe before kids. While we were like 7 years into a relationship being like, I'm just dropping, let's say like my friend Liza off at her car. I'm doing this for her. Like this isn't like that. But the fact that she's of the opposite sex makes it really weird, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily about the time. Because they've been, if it was a new relationship, I would say, yeah, that's weird. But 7 years in, I think it's more about like the inappropriateness of that male-female relationship and like the flirting in front of him.
Sure, that definitely is part of it, and it's also, I just don't know. Would you have time to give Liza a ride home every day?
Not every day, but if I maybe I would drop her off. I would drop her off at her car every now and then. That wouldn't be like
Take her
weird.
to the airport. Like
I would never take anyone to the airport.
Here's the thing. Well, I wouldn't either. But if your relationship is great,
yeah,
and you're getting all of it from it you want, you're not going to question the rides to the airport, the rides home, because you're like, I'm getting everything. You know, you wouldn't even think of this.
I would still think it was weird. I think if I was getting everything that I wanted, and Mike was driving his female coworker to the airport.
Yeah, it is weird.
I think if it was a male friend, it wouldn't be that weird. If he was like, if Emily was like, I'm dropping off my friend at the airport who doesn't have a ride and asked me to drop her off, you wouldn't be like, that's so weird.
Not on its own.
If she was saying she had a male friend and they were like flirty in front of you and he was driving, that would be much weirder.
One thing connects to the other. But also on its own, it's not that weird. I have a friend at work and they need a ride to the airport, their car broke down. That happens. Like, but I think the nature of it, like being over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you have made them a priority equal to the relationship.
Mm-hmm. Well, especially if she says it makes her uncomfortable.
I've already told them about this,
right.
and now you're still doing this. Why are they as important as me? The whole point of a relationship is that this person is your responsibility. This relationship is your responsibility. Other people aren't your responsibility as much. You know, you have a responsibility to be, polite and classy and nice, but you don't have a responsibility to like make sure they get home from work every day.
Well, so what do you think about, so she broke up with him, right?
Yeah.
This is one of many reasons she broke up with him. Does she have a right to be like really mad that he's bringing her to all these events?
I think she needs to see that this is who he is. He doesn't seem to care as much about.
Well, if he didn't care when they were in a relationship, why would he care now about bringing her to shit?
Right.
It was weirder when they were in a relationship than.
Now he's free to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're dealing with someone who, everyone has different forms of addiction. This guy's addicted to a certain type of attention. Yeah, in this way. Some people get addicted to like a phone attention, a dating app attention. This guy's like the office flirt who gets a lot of people that like to talk to him, and then he, treats everyone the same.
Yeah. But do you think he's doing this on purpose now that they're broken up?
I don't think so. That based on the story,
you think he just wants the attention of the friend?
I think attention is attention.
Right.
I don't care how it comes or how it is. And he's begging her for more attention. He's saying, get back with me.
Right.
So like, he's a little bit like fiending.
So what's going through his mind when he's like still bringing this friend around and texting her that he wants to be back with her, and then she's screaming at him the next day?
I think he thinks that he's not that bad of a guy. He's being nice to people.
Okay.
Like, I think he's like, that's my friend.
Well, he also probably does. I agree with her. I agree with him that he probably does feel really lonely now that she broke up with him. That's why he's bringing the friend around, because she likes him.
But that's why this girl needs to you need to cut communication. You're not doing anything to help yourself. You're keeping him around.
Right. Either get back with him and accept that this is who he is, or don't see him.
Right. You invited him to your party. So you're shocked that the guy who is acting the exact same way at your party that he was when you were together?
Right.
So like,
he's taking it a step further because he's not in a relationship.
Right.
He doesn't have you being like, don't bring her. Well, now he still does.
Now he can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if she has to break up, listen, 7 years is a long time.
I get it. Yeah.
7 years is really tough. She needs to stop hanging out with him, stop and say to him, contacting me is like a no-go. I need to get better.
Yes.
Like right now, this is like, she's kind of half doing it still.
Right. Yeah. And I think he's kind of like, I think it's not really fair to be like, you can't hang out with this person still.
Well, the thing that she's really like caught up on is she even said in her email, she referred to her as the girl you don't need to worry about. So like, she's also like a little bit of a detective.
Right.
So she wants to be like proven right almost.
That they're hooking up.
That like
the whole time there was something weird there. Right. Yeah, there is something there between at least one of them.
Right, and that's something that's tough for us to like tell her to do. She is so concerned with what the end of this movie is.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter, but it matters to her because she's like, I just want to know I'm not crazy. I just want to know that I was like totally right this whole time.
Yeah,
that this girl was someone, and then she's not going to feel better when she finds out the answers. She's right.
And here's the thing. Even if they're hooking up now, like It doesn't mean he was in love with her the whole time.
No.
I don't really believe that.
If anything, it means she's just another
easy
drug dealer who can get him his fix.
Right. Yeah. So I don't think if they hooked up now, it means you were right the whole time that they were hooking up or there was something
right. Because
there. The only thing it means is that she did like him the whole time, which I think is kind of obvious.
Like the whole time I was like, why did she invite him to the party? She invited him to find out that like she wanted to see this.
Yeah. She
wanted him to bring the girl and go, I told
you. It's right the whole time.
It's like, and I don't know if she's going to find happiness in that. Let's play some games.
Let's do it.
Red flag or deal breaker. It's the game that is sweeping the country. You are dating someone. It's going amazing. One thing happens and you're like, is it a red flag? I just notice it, but I'll stay in it. Or is it a deal breaker? You end it sight unseen. You ready?
Yep.
J&J, I've been seeing a guy for the past 7 months. Last night we went out on a midweek date for drinks and apps. I thought the date was going well. Conversation was flowing and we were making plans to check out another spot after we got the bill. After we were waiting for the bill, he slipped out and I'm bored. Ooh. Instantly, this rubbed me the wrong way. One, because I was having a good time. And two, if you're bored, why are we making plans to go to another spot? When I asked him about it, he said he didn't mean the comment about me and meant it as a I'm bored, I'm sitting. He apologized multiple times, but it didn't sit right with me. I decided afterwards I didn't want to go to the second place with him and have him drop me off at home. Deal breaker or petty? Was I too sensitive to the comment of feeling bored 7 months in? Part of me thinks I was, but another part of me feels like the guy I'm with wouldn't feel that way when I'm out on a date with him. Did I take it too personally? Would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think?
I think she's taking this too personally. They're 7 months in. Mm-hmm. I thought this was like the first date, and I was going to say it's just a red flag.
Right. I thought it was a first date, and you were literally dating someone on the show Love on the Spectrum. Like that is such a weird.
It's a stupid comment to make.
It's a different move. Weird. Yeah. I mean, maybe not the wrong phrasing, but like to just like be waiting for the joke. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Is like so out of nowhere.
It's a stupid comment to make. I think it like, listen, if he didn't apologize and said like and kind of double down on it, that would be a bigger deal. But people sometimes just say shit. Sometimes you just say shit. Right. I don't think it means he's bored with her. They were waiting to go to the next place. They've been dating 7 months. If someone said this on a first date, I think it'd be a bigger deal, but still not necessarily a deal breaker if they apologized for it and were like, I don't know why I just said that. That was stupid.
Do you think, my one thought, people just say stuff, but I don't think he was saying I'm bored with you. I think he was maybe saying, and
bored at the restaurant.
I'm bored with the dynamic. Like sometimes
like their dynamic?
Yeah, like sometimes you're just trying to like see if this relate. Boring isn't the person. You've gone out with them for 7 months. You enjoy them in some way, but maybe there's this idea that like our dynamic feels very similar every time. And I just want to like throw this off course for a second to see where this could maybe take us. So to say something like that out of left field where you're like, I'm bored. You're just kind of like announce. Maybe. Like I don't know if I've ever done that.
You think he means like that's almost worse. Like I'm really bored with like, as opposed to I'm bored at this restaurant.
Right. 7 months in, we're going on dates. It can be boring.
It can.
You've gone to dinner.
He clearly needs a lot of stimulation.
Right. Right, you're just doing the same old thing, and it's like, you know, I don't know if he said it like just to say it or just to see what happens. It's a little bit like the puppet master. Let me throw in this variable that kind of shakes this very monotonous guy girl going on dates 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 months. Are we going to be in a relationship? Will we move in? Like,
yeah, I think she could ask, "What did you mean by that?"
Right. I think getting mad at him and going, I'm the problem. It's looking over what could be a more like. I think what you're saying is totally right. Like, there's a bigger conversation here.
Right.
Like, I'm bored while getting the check at a dinner you're having with me. What do you mean by that?
Right.
Are
you bored with this dynamic? Do you want to shake things up a little bit?
Right. Do you think we go on dates that are just the same every time? Do you wish I was a more active participant in planning these dates?
He's going to regret saying this comment.
Right. I think curiosity.
Gotta keep him up till 2 a.m. discussing what he meant by that.
Right. I mean, her anger kind of like disrupted what could have been
an interesting conversation.
Right. Right. And maybe he was yearning for that, didn't know how to do it. And he was like, let me just scream this thing out and see what happens. Like I've been in that scenario where I'm just like, this person's nice, I'm nice, we're having a good time, but like, is this life?
Would you say I'm bored?
Boring. Can you imagine?
That's crazy. Yeah.
That was always in our fraternity. That was something. It was a great way to fuck with someone.
Just to say boring when they're telling a story?
Yeah, if someone was like talking and like telling a story, and if it went like a little too long, you were just like, boring.
You should do that with our guests.
Next. Someone should do that to me. Shut the fuck up.
If you're a guest that wants to come on the show,
yeah, so I think it's a deal breaker. Her response to it being anger
Deal
and I'm
breaker.
going home.
Right.
Like,
especially when he apologized and doesn't like. Again, I think if he was like doubling down, like, yeah, I'm really bored. I just fine.
I'm bored. That's it. Sorry.
This conversation is even if he was just like, this conversation is boring. It's rude.
Well, he's part of the conversation. So like when he says it's boring.
Well, what do people tell kids who say I'm bored? Only boring people are bored.
Right. What are we gonna do about this? She took it as you're boring, which kind of reveals her insecurity, but also
if she got very mad, that would be her. If someone said they were bored around you, would you be mad?
I would go, what's I would either
do you need me to do my special for you?
I can do some jokes.
Yeah.
Well, I would go, what made you say that? Like I don't know if getting mad and then I gotta go home.
Yeah.
That's someone who doesn't want to hear. She didn't want to hear the honesty.
Yeah. It is a red flag for the 7-month relationship.
Right. No, 7 months, I'm bored. Let's talk about this. I don't think she was as invested in it as maybe she thought she was. So let's do another one.
Let's do it. Hi, J&J. Congrats, Jordana, and welcome back. Jared, great to see you in San Francisco last year.
Come
back soon. I'm writing in with the red flag or deal breaker. I'm 41 female and have been seeing a 51 male for a little over a month. We were set up by a friend. There's a great connection and we're exclusively dating. One night, I went out with him to meet some of his gym friends at a bar. We all ended up going out dancing and had a genuinely fun night.
This does not sound 51.
It sounds fun,
Great
not boring.
Night, yeah.
He was driving me home and we were chit-chatting about his friends. Right before dropping me off, he tells me he has an attraction to one of the women who I just met that night. Not that she's attractive, but that he's attracted to her. Side note, she's also my neighbor. Small town. Yeah. I said, present tense? It wasn't framed as something in the past or resolved, just a current thing. He said he was just being honest. It made me want to jump out of the car, but I stayed and we talked a bit. We've had a few longer conversations since. At first, it felt like he was reacting to me being upset rather than really understanding why. There was also some minimizing instead of fully owning it. He eventually acknowledged it more directly, but it took some prompting. That said, it did lead to some good conversations and he was very open to having them. For context, he's not testing the waters for polyamory. That was one of my thoughts.
That was my thought too.
He is
San Francisco?
Yeah. That's fair. E&M Central. He is into me and says he wants something monogamous. I'm still left a bit confused why he would say something like this at all. It felt unnecessary and a bit inconsiderate. Is it a red flag that the guy I'm dating told me he's attracted to another woman right after we met her? Is this a red flag or deal breaker or just a one-off moment of bad judgment?
What do you think?
This would be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
It's just like someone who clearly has either like doesn't care or no awareness or no social skills to say that.
He's also 51.
Yeah.
Like, I have to believe there's knowledge in how you say things at that age.
You would hope.
You would hope. He could have said this so many different ways.
What could he have said?
I just think, you're out, I just think, I gotta say, you know who's beautiful? You think
Kenzie. That would have been better?
I'm attracted to her versus I think she's beautiful.
I think it's still weird to say I think she's beautiful. You don't think?
How about I think Lisa's very attractive? Just out of the blue?
Why would you say that? Would you ever say that to your girlfriend about a woman you guys just met?
No, it would have to come up in the conversation. I could see how it would come up in the conversation. What did you think? She's very pretty. Very pretty.
They would have to be so unbelievably hot for that to be an acceptable thing. Like to where like it was like a thing.
A universally known hottie.
Yes.
I disagree with him. let me get
I think
one
it would be
thing.
weird even if he said, I think, like, just stating that he thinks she's attractive. Wouldn't it be weird if you were out with your girlfriend or even on a date and the person, they've been dating for over a month, they're not even exclusively dating, and you meet someone for the first time, another couple of people, and she was like, that guy, so hot.
I think I agree with you where they would have to be universally hot. Like it would have to
Right.
be a striking individual.
Yes.
It couldn't be like, that's my taste in hotties and I just have to let you know. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
I can't see a scenario where it would be normal for a man to just be like telling me that someone, again, not a non-celebrity,
right.
regular person we were just out with, that they could hypothetically have sex with one day.
Right.
It's so attractive.
To me, that's why the polyamory thing came up. It does feel like you're trying to shake a tree a little bit.
Yeah.
When you say like, especially the way he said it. I think the way he said it is,
I'm attracted to her is even weirder.
I think that's like the top of the weird mountain.
Yes.
Like
Well-
I think there's levels. There's a spectrum to this. I'm attracted to Lisa after meeting her while on a date with someone else is almost like weaponized. Like, what are you trying to get at? What are you trying?
Why would you say that to
Why
me?
would you say that
Right.
to me? Do you want to bring a third into this? Would be like a kind of a reasonable.
Right. Or are you trying to tell me that you want to not be monogamous?
Right.
Like,
What is the
Yeah.
message being sent is a totally appropriate response. The fact that she says it took him some convincing. So to like figure out that like,
well, that's why this man is single at 51.
well,
I think
this
I
is
think
something
that goes into it.
This is the scary part about being older and single is you go unchallenged.
There's no one to tell you, like,
There's no one going, what did you just say?
right.
Because no one cares.
Especially for men, maybe their friends think it's like funny, so they're also like motivated or incentivized to keep being ridiculous.
And men are not very into self-improvement. We think that we're okay already here.
Unless it's at golf.
That's it. We only care about improving a golf game,
That's it.
and that's it. Everything else, we're pretty perfect. So, and I see this. I've met some, I see this from myself as a, getting in a relationship, having been single for like the past 5 years and being older. Well, I do it this way. This is company policy. And I've been running my company forever. I've never had a business partner. This is 51. This is a guy who's never had a business partner who's been like, no, well, I do it this way and we have to figure out.
Why would you think it was weird that I said
Because
that?
I'm your partner and it affects my business as well. Like it's like
Right. Well, so that's why if there's a reason that being older, especially I think for men, and being a red flag that you've either haven't been in a relationship in a while or never been in a relationship, it's stuff like this. It's like, am I gonna have to
Right.
train you to know how to interact with another person in
right.
a non-insulting way?
It's men are almost too sure of how they're doing things, and women as they get older are almost not sure enough. Like there's a lot of like safety taken by older women. Like I've been on dates with women who are like, especially if you've been telling yourself you're a grandma since 21,
Right.
you're like by 35, you're like, how could I ever be loved? Like I'm right. And so you're very protective. And a lot of these men who are out there, they go the other way. We
Right.
see this with the
They're
profiles.
like doubling down in their views.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no one's ever told me I'm wrong, so I must be right. And I'm not wrong for being single. I've never been told I'm wrong for being single. I'm just having fun. So now you're like guy who's had fun and done everything right. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna say whatever the fuck I want that comes out of my mouth. Like that's like a sad reality. And I think the other side of it is true as well.
Yes.
Like I was on those dates where I felt like I had to cheer up women. Like I've been on those dates.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, got your nose, oh, honk honk, and then finally you get a laugh out of them. And it's like, see, can you be normal?
Right, but you don't want to have to be doing that.
That's why it didn't go past the first date. They
Right.
were nice people, but I could tell the fists were up. This
Yeah.
guy has no fists. He's just fucking walking
To an annoying
forehead first.
Annoyingly,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. I
So-
mean, this would be a deal breaker for me, definitely. I just think
Yeah.
if they're already saying shit like this, it's only going to get worse.
It's just there's no care for the person that you're supposed to care the most about.
And to be honest, obviously, to me, there's nothing wrong with being attracted to another woman.
Right.
You just don't need to tell someone. That's part of like respect and
I
tact.
do-
You don't need to tell someone every thought you have.
I do think you can say it in a way that isn't. Again, you're doing a tight
Maybe.
wire act. I think you can say. I just think you were at a dinner. Linda's got a great look. I don't know. You could.
What would be like the merit of saying that to someone?
I don't know.
I guess.
I don't know why I would
to
need
me,
to
that's
say
like
it.
I'm bored.
Well,
Think it.
I do think that's part of this.
Okay.
That's why I was like, in the beginning, polyamory was like the answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think there is this element where people say things to get, if you talk about sexual stuff,
Okay.
you can go down the road of sexuality. So just bringing up, I'm attracted to Linda, to your girlfriend, is kind of kinky. So you're trying to get down the road
Right.
of sex and kink. In my opinion,
Okay.
because the conversation might not have been broached. You're new to each other. He wants to talk about sex in a.
That's why he's saying it.
That's my only thought. That's why polyamory was the first thought,
Right.
just like you, where I'm like, it might not be polyamory, but there's something he wants to test with you.
Okay.
I don't think he
I think
just
that's
said,
one option is that, and the other option is that he just doesn't give a fuck.
he's a piece of shit, and I'm gonna say what's on my mind because Joe Rogan
I'm not
told
gonna
me I
filter
could.
myself
Right.
through it.
It's these free thinker types that say things that they know are going to instigate people, and it's all with a bad actor mentality.
Right.
Like, I don't believe in that pursuit. I think they're liars. They just want attention.
I agree.
So this is his way of getting attention, or it's his way of talking about kink. That would be like the options.
Two
to me.
options, yeah. But if you couldn't be honest about that,
But I've told girlfriends before that I've found a woman like her look good, and never felt that it was like gone off the rails in that way.
someone you had both just like seen or met.
Yeah, it feel. I'm not saying I can remember a specific conversation, but it never felt like it was done this way.
Right.
It always felt appropriate. If I was dating someone, they were like I can think of a few friends of mine that if my girlfriend was like, that guy, good looking guy, I'd be like, yeah, always, any girl, that guy,
Right.
crushes it. And I would agree.
Okay.
I could see on the other side of that, I could see myself being like, totally agree. That guy kills it. I wish I had his body. I've said.
Would you
that.
rather her say, that guy is really attractive, or that guy is hysterical?
If they were hysterical, I would agree.
They would have to be really hysterical, though.
They'd have to be funny to me too.
Right.
If I didn't get it, like, I'd be like, really? Like, if Emily said that she found a comedian I didn't find funny,
Yeah.
we have had this conversation. She
Has it happened?
it has happened, and I said, what did you like?
Okay.
I questioned it. I was
Yeah.
like, really? It was more question. I can tell you it was off.
Great. I wanna
And
hear it.
I was like, really? And they're like, I caught them during this part of, the pandemic and this, or I started watching their stuff, this and then and this. And she had an explanation. I was like, well, let's go to the tapes.
You were like, I need to
was like,
prove
I
you
need
wrong.
to- I need to show you
It is
what
jarring
I-
when someone likes a horrible movie or something too.
Right. And sometimes people just come at someone at an angle. You go, okay, I can see why this
Right. That particular. I'll allow it for that bit.
right. But there's a couple where I'm like, you don't think this sounds like A, B, and C?
Well, sometimes
like
it's like the person's talking about their interests
Totally.
or their, they
No,
relate
this was
to
a
certain-
surprise. I couldn't believe.
I'm excited to hear what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
This hack.
Let's do one more.
Okay. J&J, big fan of you up and oversharing since the beginning. I even still have my copy of Nice If Just a Place in France.
Nice is just a place in France. That was my bestseller.
yes.
That was my New York Times bestseller.
I'll get you a hat too.
There we go.
From when it was first published. Well, that's wonderful. I'm
They
recently.
should really not let 22-year-olds write a book.
Do you have that feeling about the book?
A little bit. I'm scared. I'm kind of scared to it's kind of like if you were going to watch your own stand up from 22. You might be like, I don't know if I want to see.
Right. Well, this is the basis of I feel bad for the generations coming up now. There's no workspace, or maybe from my angle, maybe they have a secret workspace that they don't tell old people about. But where's the workspace to fuck up?
Right.
I'm sure there's a guy who's 23 right now, who's like loves all the people that are profiled in the Manosphere documentary.
Definitely.
Absolutely. He thinks they are the coolest. He's like...
Probably several of those people.
Absolutely. Huge fan. Can't understand why anyone wouldn't like them. They make great points. I don't like to feel that guy can't come back to normalcy.
Sure.
Like, I think that
there's
we don't
some
offer...
empathy there, sympathy for...
I don't think the internet offers a lot of
Definitely
empathy for
not.
that person. That's my fear. Because I've had opinions that I would go, yeah, that's an opinion I don't agree
believe
with
in
anymore.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree
like
with
I just think it's like, and then people use that to like say that they're fraudulent in all their takes on going forward. And it's like,
well, it's
man,
like,
we really paint ourselves into a corner. We're fucked if that's the case.
Right.
Like, how does
it's one thing if it's recent, but it's like, are you the same person you were when you were 21, 22
when I was
years
25? No.
No.
When I was 30? No. People do the thing and they go, well, they were 30. They should know better. Some, I don't know. I don't know if I should know better. Listen, I'm 41 and I'm thinking of myself, like my parents being 41 and having me, like, I can't believe my parents parented me at the age I am now.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
same.
And I can go back and show them 5 different things that they did or said to me when they were 41.
They probably don't agree with.
That they wouldn't agree with either. So like this idea that like they should know they're past whatever age by whatever metric. I don't know.
I agree with that.
I feel bad about that. I'm recently back on Hinge and I had to get y'all's take on this interaction. See screenshots attached. The conversation was fine until he asked me to FaceTime before meeting. I've gotten this request a few times before and it's never a good sign. So I tried to play it off like I didn't want to give my number out before meeting, which is true in some cases. However, his response in telling me he is currently scheduling coffee dates a month out after passing an initial phone screening was such a turnoff. It took any sense of romance out of the conversation and made me feel like I was in a queue of other women just waiting for their chance to date him. I'll probably get shit for saying this, but it's worth noting that there was nothing particularly special about him in terms of looks, career, personality, profile, etc. that would justify his approach. And the fact that he was compelled to announce it screamed insecurity to me. It was a deal breaker for me, as you can see in my response, but I would love to get your thoughts. Sincerely, a bitch confused about whether this is Hinge or HR. Great sign off. What do you think? Do we want to read it?
Yeah, let's read the text. All
I'll
right,
be
you'll be him.
I'll be the...
Don't read his phone number out
The
loud.
not special... Yeah, I won't read his phone number. I'll be the not special guy in looks, career, personality, or profile.
Your everyday man. Okay.
Joe Smith. So Monday or Tuesday evening could work, or a noon/lunch call could work, or in 2 weeks. Here's my number.
I don't give my number out before meeting.
Zoom or Google or something. Maybe get a Google Voice number for dating. I have a daughter, 50... I love
Doesn't
this.
even finishes the sentence. Doesn't even have time to finish his sentences.
Not at all. I just love the idea that he's like, get a number for dating. So you
Duh.
don't have to, this is how you do it. Zoom or Google or something. Maybe get a Google Voice number for dating. I have a daughter, 50%. Do run groups and work, so don't have many free days. Currently scheduling coffee dates for late May as second dates after a phone call screen.
LOL, scheduling dates for a month out after a phone screening. Is this a date or a job interview? Very odd. No thanks.
Okay, Jordana. Red flag or deal breaker?
I think wanting to have a like a FaceTime, Zoom, or Google Voice date before a first date is fine if that's your preference. I think the way that he's saying it does sound like he's basically talking to her like she's his assistant.
Right.
And that's really the turnoff. And like saying this is like his policy, basically. Yeah. And like it does make it feel like, oh, I'm so busy, like I can slot you in here. It's just not a fun way to set up a date. He could have this exact same preference and word it differently. And I think that would be okay.
I can slot you in from even someone whose work, if it's a work call, I'm always like, who the fuck do you think you are?
Right.
I have that with
Fuck
work.
Off. Yeah, I agree. Anyone who's like, oh, I can meet for 15 minutes before this thing. I can slot you in. Like, if we're real quick, like, fuck off.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. I'm not looking for an internship after college.
That being said, being busy and slotting someone in is fine.
Right.
But the way that you relay it to them, I think shows how much you respect them.
Right. And how important this is to you matches how important it is to them. Like, when you're going on a date, you want it to be important to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I'm leaving the house, that my time is valuable. I'm leaving the house, my time is valuable. You want everyone to be on the same page.
And assuming someone else's time is valuable.
Right. We want all to feel even in that transaction. Yes. I do agree she is made to feel by his languaging not as an even partner in this date that they're trying to have. I will say to her for some feedback. I don't know if it got to this point, if this is like a boiling point we're reading, because it does feel like she has her own rules.
Very odd. No thanks.
Right. Even that response, I'm not saying she shouldn't be angry.
I would think that, yeah.
Right. Very odd. No thanks. I'm like, who do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And she said she'll get shit for this. I'm not giving her shit. You're allowed to look at a profile and go, they seem okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. But like, they seem fine and they don't deserve a FaceTime is kind of a miserable correlation you're making. Right. Like because she even says, the conversation was fine until he asked me to FaceTime before meeting. I've gotten this request a few times before. It's never a good sign. I think that perspective is something she can kind of come off a little bit.
I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a FaceTime.
Right. She's kind of has a company policy here, it sounds
I think it's okay to not want to do that. But I also
Totally.
think there's nothing wrong with wanting to do that.
Both can be true. And I think the languaging of saying to someone why you don't want, hey, it's different to say, if someone says, I'd love to FaceTime this week if you're around because I'm so busy. And then you're like, hey, I'm like game for a date. If you want to do coffee, I can do that and we don't even need to FaceTime.
Right.
That's like a negotiation. That's two people on the same level.
Yeah.
And it sounds like she was letting him know he's not that great and he's letting her know she's not that great. Like they're both doing their own version of it.
Right. Well, that's why they're not a great match.
Right.
And I think they're both wording these things which are totally acceptable to like too strongly.
Right. Because I've gotten this request a few times. So I tried to play it off like I didn't want to give my number out before meeting. Well, you didn't play it off. Right. I don't give my number out before meeting.
It's also not fun either.
Right. Yes. So like
you're both like kind of like it's like a dick measuring contest.
Yes, absolutely. So if you can take that feedback in stride, I hope you can. Both of your dicks seem small based on this interaction, but I do think he is the deal breaker more than she is.
Yes.
In this interaction.
Agreed. Again, like I think currently scheduling coffee dates for late May, least hot romantic way to put anything.
Right.
Even again, if that is true, that is fine.
Right.
But you don't need to phrase it like that. You need to learn more interpersonal skills.
Well, we solved dating again.
We did it. We'll be back on Friday.
Boom.